So here we are in the finals, ESL Week 11. Paul versus shadowwada on Faymonville approach. Paul playing as US Forces, shadowwada as Ostia.
We're going to see an extra rear echelon troop there from Paul, so he's not just going to go straight 3 rifles. Which could mean rifle company. Maybe he wants those flamethrowers.
I mean, there are not that many garrisons on this map, but there are. I mean, since they changed those ones overlooking the fuel, they can be quite critical, and you can hold on to a lot of territory by getting 2 machine guns on this map and just putting them in that small building in the middle and overlooking one of the fuels, and that can make life very hard for your opponent. Oh yes, this is game 1. Do I have the wrong score up? Sorry. Sorry.
Ready for action.
Corrected. Okay, so yeah, 2 echelons. Unusual, and he's gone for rifle company. Wow.
Yeah, alright. So he's going to be getting flamethrowers on both of those rear echelon troops and trying to maintain garrison control, because there's not that many garrisons, but the ones that, like you said, the ones that are on the map are very important.
And that's how it should be on most maps, you know? You don't want to flood of garrisons everywhere on the map. Definitely favours allies in those cases.
In some cases, it kind of depends on commanders and matchups. There's some matchups where, like on Arnhem Checkpoint really exacerbates any matchup where one side has good garrison control and another one doesn't. Like Oberkommando West could really struggle against Maxim Spam, for example.
Yeah, but at the same time, Arnhem Checkpoint's so good for double Kugel play. You can get onto those cutoffs so effectively. So it makes up for it in other areas. Okay, his rifleman managed to dodge that suppression. Thanks, heavy cover. We've got a cut-off attempt here by Wada. He's taking a lot of damage though. Oh, and we've got rifleman coming on the flank of the MG. Looks like it's making its way to the garrison though.
Getting some good damage done.
So it pulls off to a decent start. I mean, he's definitely got more map control. He's got double munitions, which will be very helpful for his echelon flamers in the early game. And you can actually get those immediately. I remember when they first made the change, you could only get them at, I think it was like 1 or 2 CPs. But nowadays you can get them straight away. Which is, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, you can get flamethrowers on Pioneers or Combat Engineers, so you should probably be able to get them on rear echelon straight away as well.
Yeah.
Green's caught out in the open there. Bit of bad timing there for Wada. So he's gone for 3 greens. Hasn't ticked yet. Probably should, because playing against US Forces, you got to expect that faster light vehicle. Maybe a... I mean, in this case, we see Paul going to Lieutenant, so, I mean...
I'm very surprised to see Lieutenant with the 2-2-2 as strong as it is right now, and shadowwada even went 3 2-2-2s in his game against... Von Ivan just now against heavy tier 1 play, and going against Lieutenant US Forces is very similar style, very similar counters. I think going just a bunch of 2-2-2s would probably work just as well, if not better, in fact.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to go for the A half-track. He hasn't built his M20 yet. And he probably would have if that was the case. And A half-track does still match up pretty well with the 2-2-2. Well, that's a lot of retreats there for Wada. That flamethrower really coming in handy there.
Yeah, nice play by Paul. He completely pushed shadowwada off the map.
Okay, Wada's putting his tech down now, and this is just a bit too late. Okay, no, Paul's going for a machine gun. Well, that's going to make it very hard for Wada to push out of his base at the very least.
Yeah, I think 50 cal in this situation is a really good idea. If you are struggling to get your opponent off the map, then you generally want a light vehicle. But if you've already gotten your opponent off the map, then you can use a machine gun to keep them off the map.
Our headquarters has been improved.
Now, Resident US Forces expert Romeo dishing out the knowledge here.
I stole that tip from Dev M, actually.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Your targets. Enemy contact.
Okay. Well, shadowwada's starting to get some territory back. But he's got a lot of low health greens. He hasn't got a medic bunker yet. It's going to be a problem. He could bleed quite a lot here. We've got a lot of wire down from Paul as well, making things very tough for shadowwada if he has to retreat from those central regions. It's going to be some nasty retreat paths.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Okay, no. shadowwada's on top of that, chopping down all that wire.
50 cal goes into the cutoff house, or the fuel house.
Man, shadowwada's in deep, deep trouble here. He's pretty much pushed completely off the map. Can't get anything done here.
Yeah, I think 50 cal was a great idea by Paul. He might have this completely locked up.
Already.
Think we're gonna see 2 more mortars?
Well, it depends if we see more 50 cals from Paul, I guess. If Paul makes 2 more 50 cals, 2 more mortars could be just the ticket. But yeah, I mean, we're still so low on VPs. I mean, command points. I'm sure shadowwada was wishing he was close to 7 CP so he could start calling in some Struggies, but he's not going to be able to be saved by those Struggies anytime soon. Still 2 1/4 CPs, 2 3/4 CPs.
I gotta say, I'm surprised not to see him go double 222, and I'm surprised not to see him go with sniper. And like all of the things that USF struggles against, especially Lieutenant tier USF, and he's just going with 3 Grens, MG, and a mortar.
He's actually been floating quite a lot this game as well. Maybe those long games with Von Ivan have just worn him down, and he's operating on lower capacity now.
Yeah, and Paul has had plenty of time to rest up since Momo forfeit, and he's been just waiting.
Yeah.
So he should be completely fresh.
And that does make a real big difference. Well, here we go. shadowwada's finally pushed away those rear echelons. They're away. Same with the 50 cal, so he may be able to recapture his fuel here. I hope so. Because otherwise this is really not looking good. I wonder what Paul's going to do. He's gone for a captain now. Kind of surprised he just didn't go for a fast Sherman, if I'm honest. I mean, what does the captain have to offer him right now? Is he going to make a pack out?
I don't know. Maybe you could go Stewart and just try and seal the game. I don't know if that has a particularly realistic chance of happening, though.
No, I mean, the Stewart's good, but I mean, it's not the white machine like the T70 is.
I could see a pack howitzer though if you just want to keep bleeding your opponent even when he's boxed in his base. It's hard to be aggressive when you've pushed your opponent completely off the map.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that bazooka snipe?
No. Oh, I just went away. Wow.
Grenadiers. 2 bazooka shots and 2 Grens died.
Oh no. I was watching that and then I went away just as it happened, I guess. Oh man. Oh no.
That's the last thing he needs. You definitely can't really afford to have just a horrible RNG when you're already like way behind. Relic just kicking him while he's down.
Yeah. Okay, now Paul's got weapon racks unlocked and he's bringing out some bars. So, I mean, that's going to be a lot of upgraded riflemen, and no upgrades so far on these Grens. He just hasn't had the munitions control. In fact, no, he's got one Gren upgrading with the LMG now. This is Vet 2 squad. But still, I mean, he's going to be heavily outgunned by all these bars, all these RE flamers. It's not looking good for shadowwada right now.
He is getting a little bit of harassment done there in the south unopposed, and since Paul decided not to get any light vehicles, he's actually able to harass without having to worry about bleeding too much. So that's a good call, good play by him.
Okay, he's got a small patch of gas mines down here. And that is one good thing. I mean, if he's got flamers upgraded, he can't upgrade his sweeper after that. Am I correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, spamming S-mines may be just the trick. Looks like Paul spent some fuel, so he is ticking up once again. But yeah, he didn't pull anything from his captain tier. I don't know why he went for captain at all.
I think he probably just wanted the bazookas, I guess, to protect against 222s. That would be my assumption, but I'm not sure.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
His fuel control is just so good right now. It doesn't even matter what he does with tech. He's just got so much fuel rolling in. 36 a minute. And Paul's just floating so much, man. I don't know why he didn't get a pack alley or something. Even put down a cache. Just do something with your manpower. Okay, so shadowwada's making some headway here.
Nice flank in the south by Paul's rifleman. He's clearing that machine gun. shadowwada doesn't even notice. He's going to maybe even steal that.
The enemy has killed a machine gun crew. The enemy is attempting to
It's
steal
going to
our
be stolen unless
sector.
these P-Greens rotate to the retreat path. Oh, but the S-mines!
Nice
One rifle
S-mines.
squad. None left for the MG though. That's going to fall into Paul's hands.
That's not a terrible trade for U.S. forces either. Rifle squad for an MG-42.
You gotta be so careful. I mean, with the veterancy these days, it does make a lot more of a difference.
We are losing a sector.
Like it's so noticeable. I was running some tests the other day, and like I'd run a Vet 3 1-bar rifle squad into 2 unvetted Grens, and it would win like more than 50% of the time. It was kind of crazy.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how when Vet disappeared, we all kind of didn't notice for a little while, and we all just kind of got used to squads not really being that strong as the game went on. But now that veterancy is working properly again, we all remember, wow, veterancy is pretty good actually.
Yeah, yeah. So shadowwada is creeping upwards. What's he doing? Okay, he's built a pack, so he's ready somewhat for a tank. And for Paul, it should probably be a regular Sherman. I know Easy 8 is tempting in this commander, but it's just not as good against infantry.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't need the higher health and armor or penetration. He's not going to be dealing with any particularly heavy armor from shadowwada in the foreseeable future.
That phosphorus deftly dodged. He covered a huge area though. Got some good. Oh, I'm lagging. I should stop looking at that white phosphorus. Well, Paul has the required amount of fuel to make a tank, so see what he does with it. Oh, he's got bars on those rear echelons as well as flamers. Wow. That is nasty. Ooh, bundle grenade goes in. Dodged.
Nice dodge. Paul can just fight indefinitely on this battlefront. There's an ambulance right there in the road. He'll have no problem keeping up this battle.
One more mortar shell. That house could go down there.
Yeah, that's a risky place for that lieutenant to
Oh,
be.
he tried to kill it with the back.
Nice play, nice play. He almost did.
Oh, 115 VPs left for WADA. He's draining quick. Hasn't selected mechanized assault, so no Stuggies. And it looks like Paul is going with the Easy 8. And oh no, now, just as I say that, shadowwada goes for mechanized assault, brings Stuggy. So this is about 1.5 CPs late. I feel if you're going with mechanized assault, it needs to be bang on 7 command points.
I mean, that's going to have 0 shock value, and Easy 8 hit the field at the exact same time. Stug can barely even hurt one of those.
Yeah. I thought he was going to try hold on for that P4 command tank from Blitzkrieg. I honestly did. He's so close. Okay, here comes White Phosphorus onto the support weapons. Here comes the Easy 8. Try and get a flank on the Stug. They have this line of sight blocked by all that White Phosphorus though. Doesn't really matter. Not much to oppose him. Oh, Pack's in a good position though. Stug's in big trouble. Oh, is he going to back away? He pops smoke on the Pack and he backs away. He doesn't want to take a Faust, I guess.
Nice attack ground right there, but it's not quite enough.
Some pretty slick Sherman micro there from Paul, honestly. Haven't seen him play US Forces that much, but I mean, he's obviously pretty good at it.
Yeah, he used to play Rifle Company all the time when the flamethrower was on the Riflemen, but now that USF is not as popular, it's pretty rare to see him playing USF.
The situation is becoming critical. We have only 50 points remaining.
WADA investing in a squad of pioneers to try and repair up his Stuggy, but I mean that thing's just had 0 impact. If he got it at 7 CPs, maybe he could have actually gained some territory, but getting it 8.5, I mean that time really mattered.
Yeah, and this game's definitely over. He's been triple capped the entire time. He only got 25 points left, so Paul pretty much textbook execution there with U.S. forces on Faymonville. Set up the triple cap and just completely boxed shadowwada in. He could never get out because I think it's mostly because he didn't go sniper and he didn't go scout cars against Lieutenant tier.
You are completely right. And I wonder now if shadowwada will go US Forces in return, because he does like US Forces and maybe he wants to show Paul what his US Forces is made of. But Paul with 490 VPs, I mean, he's looking good for.
Be tough to stop.
Yeah, it's looking good for faction selection in Game 3. So there we go. Paul takes that match.